and he tried to do it more. But then, as I said, like Prasant and Thijs were in a very good position to even trade that. So then you couldn't do that as Y anymore. And he only went for main at the moment with the AWP he had. He never went for a B pick. He never went for an IV pick, or he never even went with a full on set execute towards the A side, which is then you're playing a little bit too predictable. And if you're doing like that, yeah, you can maybe get 1 or 2 rounds with that if you're playing the same way, but then teams will adapt.
Would you say that he was maybe also limited by the double up setup they were running? Because, well, you had, I believe, Duncan also on the op, which usually played around the A side, which meant that White couldn't really move there if he was already there with the op, because they didn't really interchange their positions.
And it was weird. We also seen Lockdog with the AWP on the CT side. It worked for him pretty much. But I'm thinking it's just how terrain works. It's just not their map and how they play. Now I probably going to expect White with the AWP opening up mid most of the time.
Yeah, just running around one time through connector, then maybe through short, maybe then through window. This is a map where
he's way more comfortable at, and we've seen his movement. He can go from window to short, instantly get in the pick there, maybe move towards lower, getting about a pick, because he's that fast. He can actually do that. That's his play style.
Is he faster than Sonic?
I would say on the same level.
Okay. I'm very curious to see, as the players are pretty much getting ready for another bit of action. As we have seen the Lions just struggling a little bit more than they have been in the group stages as well. The level was a bit more not on the same.
No,
but that's logical, because like sometimes you have a region where there's a lot of players at the ready in a big city to move in. And, well, the Antwerp Lions do have some players that we know from the LAN scene. For instance, a White, for instance, a Zantac. And the other side of the Rhinos, we have, of course, MRX, Presence, and Sysix as well, just doing what they can and doing what they are known for in the regional scenes. Because, well, we're from the Benelux. We are currently in Amsterdam, so we do know these players. And maybe, if they win, we'll drive over to Alphen and have a nice party with them.
Maybe. Well, you can really party. You have to drive.
Unfortunate.
There we go.
It already hurts me as, well, I always have to drive you, which isn't a pain. It's always fun, but I can never drink a beer.
Yeah, well, then, like next time, any organizations that want to hire us both, then fix a hotel so
and
me
get
and
a taxi. Oh, I casted Rainbow Six.
Yeah, you were. I saw the picture.
It was so fancy. I felt like a princess.
But you had to sleep with Hub, right?
Yeah. It's my co-caster for Rainbow Six. It was so romantic. It was a dream coming true. And, well, we just had the best night of our life.
Was your girlfriend jealous?
Oh, definitely. She's like, can I lay in the middle? I'm like, yeah. Rather not. But, well, eventually it worked out. We decided not to go to the sauna, because that will be a bit too much, because we also had to do work. But, well, we did have a lovely breakfast with all of us and the rest of the crew. So that was probably one of my best experiences casting, just having the hotel right around the corner with a bar, a swimming pool, everything. And also probably the best breakfast you can have in the Netherlands.
That's always nice when you're in a good hotel. The last time I've been into a good hotel for work, it was when I did journalism. And I needed to go to Jagex for Roomfest.
Ooh.
Playing proud RuneScape,
old school.
Proud RuneScape player right here. As it was at the Hilton Hotel in London, and like I was not expecting much, because we were at the hotel around 11, and I instantly needed to go to sleep because we had to wake up early. But I opened the window, and to my surprise, I had a bird's eye view towards the London Tower, and like I was like, what happened here? So I sent the picture to one of my friends, and he's like, where the hell are you?
Taking selfies all around. Oh, look where I am. Just the princess that you always wanted to be, as we now have a clear vision of the guys of the Alphen Rhinos who are playing in the esports game arena in Alphen, which is, as we said before, a lovely venue. As you can see, they're having a little bit of a unconventional setup, as the players are slightly split up and on top of each other, which sounds a bit weird, maybe, the way I say it like that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
2 rows.
Yeah, 2 rows, and the 2 in front 3 in the back. And
yeah, you actually have 6 PC, so if you have a coach, you can always
it works.
set that one up.
I think they set it that specifically up for Overwatch as well. Because then you have 6 players in Overwatch, of course, so you would have 6 versus 6. And that's also, that setup has been done in the gaming hotel here now. If you,
no, I've never been there.
No, you have to need to take a look. It's really
I'm
amazing.
a poor boy from a poor family, and well,
it's not that really expensive, but the venue.
No,
there,
that's what you say. But I have to go there. I'm from Friesland. I have to go on my cow Betsy, and she will carry me all the way. And I would dream.
Well, we're gonna talk about Chadwick's cow, then everything goes off the track. So
you know it's wrong. But well, the players are still just messing about a little bit, but the Rhinos are getting ready, so maybe the Lions will agree and we will get into the action. Who do you think will win and with what score?
Lions 16-13.
16-13. Ooh, that's rather close. Well, let's see if it will happen. We'll go straight into the pistol round. It is the Rhinos on the CT side versus the Lions on their map pick after losing 16-7 on to Train. Let's see if with a lot of utility they can start it off nicely, as the pistol is now starting.
Yeah, a lot of utility already picked up at the Lions, but I think that's a certain strat they want to use, and Molotov as well, so they're going for a B rush, but they're doing it a little bit late, as MRX is doing actually the perfect thing to go and delay this, getting the early information, seeing one player, getting a second player, and then he knows a lot of players are here, so they could rotate and stack around more players, but they don't really get towards it, as MRX really needs to get more information. Now he gets smoked off, doesn't stay in it, he will go drop down, gets in a good crossfire. And now the picks need to be coming in as the pistol rush makes its way towards the onside as the kills coming in both ways. Well, it's going more in the way from the Rhinos as they tap everybody away, as it's 2 versus 4 already.
And the bomb is dropped right out in the open. They can't retrieve it so far as 2 players are stuck at the bench against the 4 of the Alphen Rhinos. 2 of them, though, are very low, and one of them is dead. It's Presence dying. But the kid of Sissix is still alive, and evasive now being challenged. Sissix taking or doing a little bit of damage. This is now actually a 2v2. Thijs staying alive, though, and making it work. And making it a 2v1. Duncan with no armor, a USP with only 9 bullets and only 1 player to find as he taps out Sissix. It's Thijs now trying to reposition, will probably go towards short, and will Duncan have the knowledge to know this? I believe he can actually hear the noise and he will actually move across or not.
He's getting a good plan even for short. The moment is, does he really get the angle that he would pick out for? Now he does, but he gets towards the position of kitchen. So if he stays this position and gets cleared of, I would say call it kitchen, but it's a market, as he picks it out, gets the kill as well on Thijs. Just one taps it. Duncan getting the Lions their first round here on Mirage. Well played by him.
Yeah, even some kind words from Presence saying, well played, mate, as it was a nice clutch. Some good mind games coming out, and also a good round for the Antwerp Lions. A little bit chaotic, but they managed to put it back. I believe it was a 2v4 that they won, and now they're just going to probably commit towards the A side.
They've picked up a double scout, so I want to know if they're able to use it. Push going towards mid, getting some early aggression, but not really picking into it as Duncan is holding that with the AK. If he pushes up close, he could lose that AK, or will he have the timing for it?
He's trying to bait out as Lockdot was also close, but he's now moving away through the bomb towards Duncan, and I don't really understand his decision as it's now being dropped out towards evasive. He has an AK, he has the position, he has a flashbang, and now he has full control. And luckily though, Zantac has one reply, but it's Zizek still moving around with that scout, and they're just scattered across the map. There's a lot of stuff happening, and now Zizek's dying towards white.
Yeah, that's the bomb as well. Mercs gets one, he gets fully flashed, and they peek him, getting him down as well. It's only Thijs left alive against 1 versus 3. He's in the A-bomb site, and it looks like the bomb wants to go there as well. Thijs in a very good position to really deny anything if they would go for it, but it looks like the bomb will make its way towards B, and the bomb will be planted there, and then Thijs needs to go and retake it. 1 versus 3.
Yeah, White is just holding the angle, hoping that the player would walk into his aim and grant him yet another $600. Unfortunately for him, he will have to hunt to the B side, try to clear it out for his mates, but there's nobody there except for the T players. The bomb plant will come in, the round will go the way of the Lions, and I hope that Thijs will save this CZ and maybe the Scout and Kit of Sissix.
He did. He can also even move up and maybe get a different rifle.
There was an AK at the TF's entrance, so I believe he might actually go for that one. But it could be that it was recovered by the side of the Lions. And we will find out shortly as he now shoots with the CZ. And I believe it is gone. But a Galil is fine as well, he says.
No, Galil, you can use perfectly. It's maybe even better than a Scout. It depends on really what kind of gun you like. But White is there. The timing on Thijs will take him down. No, to save. This Lion's getting 2-0.
He even says hi. What a kind man. As it's now 2-0 for the Lions. And we see an eco coming out from the Rhinos. As well, they have some USPs. They will not have the money to upgrade, as it would mean otherwise that they would not buy a M4. Let's see what this mid push will bring as MRX is moving up. His mates are close by and it's Jaking with the first kill. It's Thijs now also trying to fight and also going to die. It's Jaking with 2, it's Jaking with 3. And Duncan will help him out to get with Lockdot to make it a 3-0. Now though a buy round from the Alphen Rhinos to see if everything can change up. As we now see some M4s but no AWP.
Yeah, fully on M4s. Getting a little bit of utility behind it. And, well, the Lions want to go for another bonus round, getting the Mech-10s and Galil. So, let's see if Duncan can get some aggression with the early push towards ramp. And they do. Spot that one play on side, but that's Thijs with the first kill instantly as the nades coming in. So now they need to push towards the side as Thijs has to get pushed out. But Prasant's getting to the smoke and get on 1 kill, get instantly traded by 2 players from Antwerp Lions. Now they need to know where to go. 3 for 3.
They're not going for the spray towards the smoke, and they could have killed White, who was planting right behind, still standing there, and he is actually in a smoke. And that will mean he will stay alive for a little bit, as it's Santec now trying to cover him up. But White's smoke will go, and so will he. Gets a kill though, and now it's a 1v2 for MRX. Both players one-shotable with a headshot, but he has to find him first. Gets a shot onto Santec, but not enough damage, and that makes it 4-0 for Lions, and they shut down the first buy round of the Rhinos, which means they go back towards Nico.
I don't know why, but the moment the nades come in, they wait until the smoke fully on pops, and then Prasant thinks, oh no, now we'll have to the smoke.
It is my time to shine.
No, but he only gets 1 trade frag, and then it goes all the way. Like, he's one of the star players who needs to know, okay, I see the smoke coming in, I can go in before the smoke even pops. And he can go with support of Thijs, who was still in towards CT. They don't get the kills there, and he just wait until the smoke pop, then go through. Yeah, of course you're getting traded. And if you don't get in good position, then White was in a very weird position on planting the bomb, then in the smoke, getting an easy kill there, gets traded back, but then it's a 2 versus 3 or 4. And then it wakes up in the end as a push towards Palace works out for in the end as the Rhinos getting 2 kills. There's an AWP and an AK retrieved, as is it 3 versus 5 now, and they need to make it away towards the B bomb site. J King has a good position taking down Prasant, but now they need to make their way towards the B bomb site.
They're awfully slow though, and that means that the Alphen Rhinos can rotate, and so they will. 4 players are now chiming in towards the side, and that AWP of MRX is holding an angle, will now molly the default plant, and that makes it a little more difficult for the Lions. Will take out a little bit more time, despite it not being too much of a problem so far. Damage being exchanged, and the players now moving in with those pistol, Jaking with a kill, but Sissix close, takes down the bomb planter, and so will Jaking be killed. And so 1v3 for Lockdown. He has the M4. He has a 3 players to find without any armor. So it should be doable, but it will be hard, especially if they are now building a crossfire. MRX takes him out, and that means 4-1. Rhinos winning their first round. And that on the back of an eco.
Yeah, that on the back of an eco, working perfectly, getting an AWP and an AK right at the bat when you're pushing a Palace. Which the challenge was 1 by 1 in towards 3 people that pushing you right away, which is very weird. But yeah, then you can see just 2 rifles and you're playing slow towards the B bomb side. As you said, they're playing way too slow to getting towards the B bomb side. The moment they get in there, they're already challenged by 2 players. You don't want to happen that. The moment you know they're fully on pushing or committing towards A, and even on Palace, they're on T spawn at that specific moment, your bomb is already towards B apps. You can just go and run there without even the smoke. You can help your teammate or go a little bit faster. Well, they wanted to wait for smokes and flashes, and that maybe cost them the round.
Their call, their mistake, as it's now a 4-1. The Rhinos are slightly coming back, but they need a few more rounds on the CT side to actually make it work. As so far, they've had a bit of a mediocre start comparing to the first map. We now see the AWP on towards Presence as they have a full buy. MRX only picking up an M4 just now. And they don't really have much money in the bank, but the same goes for the Antwerp Lions. 3 players rich, but 2 next to nothing in the bank.
Ooh, Presence against the smoke against White, and White doesn't really like that, but Lotdog is there to trade it back with the taps through the smoke, and it's already a 4 versus 4 now. And the passive will be setting up the default positions now as they're waiting for another push towards Palace, but it doesn't really come in on the side of the Rhinos. As they're playing 1 player towards Connector, 1 player towards CT, and 1 player towards Short to really divide up these defense to really know where the Lions are coming from. But it looks like they want to go for an AXQ.
Yeah, it is Thijs just jump peeking right here. Has a nade, has a molly as well, and even a flashbang to make his teammate go boom. If he wants to. It's Zizix in Connector, the first man to help him out if need be, and the nades will chime in, and so will Zizix, you would say, as the nades are now flying. It's Zizix pop flashing himself. The nades have already done a lot of damage, more flashes coming in, and now the kills might actually start, but they're waiting for the possible bomb plant, and the bomb is actually stuck in Sandwich, and that is a problem for the Antwerp Lions, who are now adjusting, are now rotating. Thijs is taking damage, but MRX is spraying, doing a lot of damage, getting 2 kills, and the bomb is planted though. It is a 4v2 advantage now for the Rhinos, who've taken a good moment to strike, and now they strike even more. It's MRX and Thijs finishing things off, making it 4-2.
Yeah, MRX with a perfect peek, getting a double kill right at the bat and getting in towards this site. Yeah, then, well, Sentex and his teammate needed to go on and really go ham, but they couldn't get it going. And now the Rhinos getting their 2nd round of this match. And, well, the Lions can buy back into this, but this should be their last buy if they lose this.
Yes, and well, it is a little bit of money being built now by the Alphen Rhinos, who are still playing with AWP, this time not on Presence though, but onto a Thijs who's anchoring at that Connector or CT area. So far he hasn't really played anywhere else, I believe.
Yeah, well, let's see how they do it. They're now playing against very passively, see if the Rhinos want to push anything. They did previously, as they wanted to try and force out any of these first picks, but at this moment the Lions doesn't really found anything, and that means also a lot of information that you don't have. You don't know how many players there would be towards mid, you don't know how many players they're really stacked towards the B or A bomb site. So pushing players to each side, 2 players towards A, 1 player towards B, and 2 players towards mid. So now Flash comes in as well to really challenge up mid, see if they can get a control pick there, but it's not really that the Rhinos not challenging this, but playing it very passively from short and Connector.
Invasive doing a very little bit of weird movement there, whilst Logdot takes down Presence, who goes on the aggression which came from Chair. Thijs is now dying towards White, which means the A side is open. Evasive will try to do something, but only sees feet, which he can't shoot. The flashbang right on time, which means Zizix can't kill White, who now has the AWP after killing Thijs and has the anti-air rifle, it seems. Makes it a 5v2, and the Rhinos are saving, as they know they can't retake this, and they know they have to give it over to their enemies. This means that they will be able to buy next round, even though they only get $1,400 as a loss bonus.
That's just classic White. Getting in there, using his momentum, well, and as Sentex taking down MRX. But I want to talk about Thijs getting there in towards CT, seeing that there's an up. He just randomly flashes somewhere because he knows there's a player there. Then he gets the timing to get the AWP. Then Reek peeks it. He goes for the jumping spot, and then I think it's just an insane flick from White. Again, we didn't see his perspective, but I think it was just an instant shot towards his
He was ready. He's like sitting in a very awkward, weird position. It's like, boom, let's go. And now the last player also dies at the last moment. And that means that the round goes over to the Antwerp Lions. The Rhinos have nobody left to fight with a rifle, and they will now be on an eco, I believe. Maybe a little bit of pistol armor work, but it shouldn't be too scary for the Lions, you would say. But what have we seen so far, Twan? We have seen some pistols working out magically.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect the Rhinos maybe do for a different strat, as aggression towards one side works for them. So maybe go what you said, getting a little bit of pistols, maybe an SMG with some armor, getting a little bit of utility behind it, maybe 2 flashes, maybe a Molotov here and there, and they can really force out positions, getting early information, and then maybe get a gun or not. If they able to get even information that they're not going towards B or A, they can stack it, and then it works perfectly out for them. If they get information that they're getting challenged and they're getting a kill or two, or getting evenly traded, they could work it out perfectly. Because with the money that they have the tactic as well, buying armor with it.
Yes, and we're now seeing the impulse coming in. It's the players here in CT who are now on a pistol buy, as they had barely any money, but next round they will have loads. As now we see the Lions going very fast towards the B side, knowing that there's little money, so there's a big chance they could come through. Utility being set up, and MRX with the CZ now playing close.
Ooh, that smoke was perfectly timed for them. Oh, but why did that? Good scoped, and he doesn't hit it as MRX is there. Gets instantly traded though by Xantax. But that's already one player down, and now they're rushing in towards the B bomb side to really get this control presence there with the USP. Tries to do anything, but it doesn't do it. As Lockdown gets another kill. It's a 2 versus 4 now. ZZ's in hands of both of these CTs. Maybe getting a exit frag would be generous.
The smoke of the nade actually saving the life of Thijs, who is now standing by for a possible exit. Same goes for Six, who's all across the other different side. Now he's waiting. King is clearing the angle very nicely though, and locked up. Ooh, taking some damage, and I believe the bomb would kill him there. But maybe just not, as there is nobody of the Lions able to help him out. So it's like, good luck, buddy. Catches a headshot, and that means an AWP for the Rhinos, as I believe there will not be a refrag. He gets the AK, he gets the AWP, and that means it's now 6-2. And the Rhinos are losing their grip on this map, but they have a possible way of coming back with that AWP on towards Thijs.
Yeah, let's hopeful that they can do it. And if they lose this round, then it will be fully on reset for them. They're going for the double up setup. Spersan's also getting one, and he wants to go for mid-pick once more time. So let's see if he's able to do it.
Xantek moving across. It's a default spread from the Lions, hoping that someone would run in towards the crosshair. But so far they're playing a bit aggressive or passive. As the smoke from Duncan was quite greedy. He actually made himself, well, possible to be seen. If someone would be in connector, and that is an angle a lot of players play with an AWP, and Persons would as well. Here's the shot being rattled off, but does not go for it, as Thijs is now being naded out. And actually there is some pressure towards the Ace. They're moving out, but there is no real counter pressure coming in from the Rhinos. Invasive now being killed by Xantek, but it's Zizix with a refrag. Thijs still stuck here in CT though. And it's moving a bit chaotically. The Antwerp Lions are trying to play on picks, but they have a pick, but then don't know what to do because they're too spread out. And Jesus, he's stuck.
Well, yeah, White. Player that can move on his own most of the time, as the rest of the players make it away towards B. And, well, if they get spotted by MRX, it could force up a rotate, but maybe White needs to make a play and getting a kill somewhere, as Persons is holding the angle for the boost up on towards window. And, well, White gets in, and Persons there with the flick on towards White. It is a trade instantly coming in, but now the push coming in towards B. And the Molotov will delay one player. They will go forward. Duncan going full damage. Well, J-King will find a kill on MRX, who was just standing there with a nade. Bomb will be planted. And there's 2 AWPs in the hand of the CTs. And Lockdog already coming from the back. Seeing one player. That's what are you doing? Oh, is he getting it? He's trying to refrag, but it's Thijs there who does it. But both players are really tagged up. And a Molotov will force them away. And that means they need to save at this specific moment. Getting those both AWPs will help them into the next round. But this was a very weird and chaotic round.
You hate to see it, don't you, Twan? You hate to see it.
Very interesting, to say the least.
It just hurts you from the inside as Thijs now tries to get the exit on towards Duncan, who damaged himself a whole lot when he ran through the molly. despite they knew there was a flank coming, so they didn't need to pressure that much. But eventually they will. And now Presence has one exit kill. It is 7-2. The Antwerp Lions are moving through. Maybe, as it's still a one-map lead for the Alphen Rhinos, but it seems that the Lions are coming back. They're just chilling out. They're fully focused as we see that double op setup, of course, saved from the last round. And a decent-ish buy with a CZ on Sissix and a FAMAS on Evasive.
I like this push from Thijs. It works perfectly. If you have the spawn for it and you know the movement, it's perfect. You can get the first pick, and he does on a J-King. Now, that could even get some aggression towards Palace if they know they picked up one player.
The timing of Presence is just off, but White will miss his shot, and so will the CT player. It means, though, that both get away safely. The Alphen Rhinos maintain their number lead. Something that I would have loved to see is Thijs, after getting the kill in Palace, actually going aggressive with the op towards ramp as well, because you see a lot of oppers actually do that. And I think the Lions would not expect it. Now they're moving out. It's Sissix with 1, it's Sissix with 2. The CZ is working out, but Evasive is burning. Will have to move, but will get a kill towards Centec. It's only Jesus left. He is on side. He gets one kill, but still has to find 3. He has no bomb control whatsoever, has no utility in his pocket, and only a little bit of life as Thijs with his pistol. We'll see him gets no-scoped, and now it's a 1v2. It's suddenly very doable, and Presence isn't even holding the angle, but MRX is coming in the flank. Jesus is looking at it, but Jesus will die. Apparently he will not be able to be immortal, but he will return from the dead, as this round he will fight again, while Centec is just reconnecting.
I had the hope that Jesus would get it back, or White would get it back.
Would walk on water.
Would walk on water. Do you believe you can walk on water? That was his question.
If there's a little bit of water, I could. But
you would still step through it.
Nah, man, there's always a little bit in between. If you believe... I'm not that fat. Oh,
fair enough.
My girlfriend always just... Ooh, you're getting a bit fat, aren't you?
Oh, really?
Oh, how could you? And like, when I say something like that, then I'm mean.
Yeah.
Then you're suddenly the worst.
Never say that to a woman.
No,
never.
Then you're a very evil person.
Yep.
But, whoa, it's not my problem.
Like you do eat like really good food. I've seen your pictures.
I do.
You've been making a lot. You've been doing a lot for your girlfriend.
The problem is, dinner. I make a lot of healthy food. We eat a lot of food. But we have the guilty pleasure, you know, frikandellen, right? It's a classic Dutch fried food. We eat a lot of too many.
Okay, well,
like we have so much healthy food, but we eat it a bit early because we usually get out of bed a bit late because my work times are usually in the evening. So then I just have some breakfast, maybe one little sandwich in between. Then we have dinner very early, and then at the evening, it's like, don't you feel something for a frikadelle? I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't, but I'm hungry. So
how he says it, and if you know what it is, it's very weird.
It's a little bar of meat which you throw in the deep fryer, which is delicious.
Little bar of meat.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm actually getting hungry right now. Just talking about it.
I already was hungry when I started sitting here because I haven't eaten anything yet. But
yeah, we're on a diet together. We're #fit with Benelux casters. Like, you have huge hands. I have very tiny hands.
Yeah, like only.
Yeah.
Really
my girlfriend even has bigger hands than I do. Yeah. It's so bad.
It's the same thing. Like if you known Toddlesma and you've watched him before, like on the screen he's like, well, looks like a normal guy, and I had the same thing. But if you stand next to him, for me he's a dwarf. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, like for a Dutch person, I'm actually small, but for like other countries, I'm pretty normal, I believe. I'm like just below 180.
You could be more towards French people are also tall, more towards people from Spain. People from Spain were also small.
Well, I could use some cervezas every now and then, so Spain people hit me up as we see the Rhinos now playing yet another round, and Presence opens things up. He takes the kill on towards Duncan, and suddenly it's already a 5v4. And his technical break not really working out for the Antwerp Lions, as there's now possibly a follow-up, and so it will. It is Presence with a second. It is White Jesus trying to get a return, but so far nobody is really offering himself up. as the advantage is increasing.
White needs to go and get something going, as Persons wants to get another shot going towards mid, and White is making his way. Does find evasive, but is not too fast, so he will be taken down. And now 2 players left, Jaking and Santek, to get the bomb and go towards the site, and it looks like they want to go for B. Oh no, they're gonna split it up. Never mind. Or is he just gonna throw smoke? I think Santek is just gonna throw smoke, delay something towards A, and then go towards B.
Throw it to the sun. And then go to a place where the sun doesn't shine. As Max is not Jaking, he will fall. And that means the B side is open, so if Jaking moves in swiftly, he will actually get side control. There are 2 rotators though, and the messed up nade will actually get him. And that means it's a 1v4. Santek will try to plan, but we'll see an evasive. And we'll try to just get some exit frags, get some money out of the hands of the Rhinos, as they don't have a whole lot. 2 kills would be enough, but it's evasive, just finishing things off. That means it's now 7-4. The Rhinos are doing work, and they are getting closer as Persons just opened things up again. We said he is probably one of their star players, and well, so he proved to be.
Yeah, he showed it with the up, and it's also very differently played how they do it on mid. They smoked it off, and now they go instantly for the peak. Persons getting the first pick on towards window, then he wants to go and reposition, getting it towards connector, and even that lock that want to go and pick that. I don't know why he did that, because even if you go still peek from window, he can see you. So
yeah, like if you would maybe flash in, like it's so easy to flash, and every time we don't see the flash, which they need to do, but you see that on every level of play. Even the pros usually mess it up. They can do it, but they never do. Now we see MRX falling back a little bit, but the molly coming in, and evasive will burn some players alive, but the bomb is out. It's Jesus on his own, and he will surely fall. He's taking a lot of damage, will try to plant, and that means MRX has to commit deeply, but will not get traded out by Abs. MRX with 3 kills, then he will die, but the bomb has been planted. That is the big bonus the Antwerp Lions were looking for. Only Dog got alive in a 1v3, and he will try to shoot, but so far it's not really working out too well for him, being pressured, being killed, and that means it's now 7-5. Eco though working out pretty well. 2 kills, 1 bomb plant, and another round where they have a chance to win.
Yeah, the Rhinos getting now on the 5th round, so that's perfectly for them. But already the Lions having 7 on the T side, as you would say. Mirage is more CT sided. But as I said before many times with you as well, and on my own stream, if you are a T sided team, and or you even have teams that or players that would play aggressive and can make the movement, you can play as a T team very aggressively, getting the first pick and really get in towards the side. The pure default would work on T side on Mirage if you have the players for it. And well, it worked for Lions most of the time, but now they're struggling a little bit against the Rhinos.
Yeah, I love that Rhinos are just changing it up every now and then, going aggressive when they can, but now MRX goes a little bit too greedy, but does take a kill to at least pull his own weight. And one thing we should notice, like the boost coming in for sure last round, where Evasive was just at such a weird angle, which I didn't expect. Now you see Persons just saying, oh, you can have mid, I just hold across the wall short, so we at least have some info, a little bit of warning. The rest of the team will try to collapse on towards that. But now they do over-rotate a little bit. They know they have left a little bit of a hole towards the B side, try to cover it up, and that might actually come to haunt them. But Persons with a flick, which will miss towards connector. It's Santek taking him down and being missed by Thijs. It is yet another kill from Santek, who has moved towards the jungle area. The bomb will now move towards the A side, but Thijs through the smoke with a kill to Jaking. And that means it's now a 3v2. Problem though for Evasive, as there's a player right here, will give him a headshot, and will find the last one as well. A 4K for Santek, and an 8th round now for the Antwerp Lions, as they seem to recover a little bit and have won most rounds in this first half.
Santek going huge now, showing up, making kills happen all the way, as we also see him on the score that he already has 17 kills. He is showing up for his team, making sure that they're here to take the second map, and then we go to the third map, which we will decide on Inferno, as my prediction has been set that we're gonna see Inferno as well.
Sissix was waiting for a flash, got the flash, but did not really make the move himself. Now they are still peeking, he's shoulder peeking, Persons is missing, but Thijs from the shadow was baited for all along. Now Frozen Flash goes for wide, but can only damage him a little bit.
Yeah, White is going back with the AWP. One player's down. Jacob gets tagged, gets down as well by MRX. I don't know where that is. I think it's lower. He went lower. MRX is all the way
He's
from the
gone
back.
so aggressive. I don't understand why Antwerp Lions isn't really holding off a default, because he has pushed B-App, I think, at least 5 times in these 13 rounds. So you would say, yeah, maybe we should cover it off, maybe go a bit more aggressive to catch him when he jumps up. But now there's 2 kills. It's Thijs and Sissix both getting 1, and only Lockdot with an AWP against 5 players with a dream, but no real hope.
Yeah, well, he needs to ace it for his team to really get the round going, but at this moment maybe just saving the AWP should work it out better for them. As well, the flank already coming in. MRX flash coming in, doesn't really hit it. We'll take down Lockdog as it will 6-8, and well, we use the scoreboard to see what kind of money they have.
Well, they
don't.
Are actually, is this an hero AK?
Yeah,
or no, they're actually 4. Oh, of course, it's last round, mate.
It's last round.
This messes me up so many times. I just look at the money, I'm like saying stuff, and I'm like, oh, wait. It's the last round as Persant has been tagged up by his mate, but a rush is coming in. It's Thijs on side. He has an M4, and Innate is flying out. It will deal some damage, but look out, they're getting close, and so they will kill him. It's Persant with 1, Sissix with the other, but it's a 2-for-2 trade. As he faces, is moving in, did miss the opportunity to get a kill. And now they're waiting, biding their time. The bomb is already ticking though. And MRX coming from CT.
Yeah, both players, White and Syntax, are the one to really look out for. They're all both alive. Second spot have 1 player, but will be taking down. Duncan is on ramp with 35, as White has been spotted now in towards Palace. I don't know where both players maybe should be hiding, as Duncan doesn't really look away, and now White has been smoked off. He needs to go for it as they're sticking on the bomb. He needs to go fast as there's 2 seconds left. White doesn't really spray, and he will be down. And it's 7-8. Lions with 1 round advantage, but it also could go in the way for Rhinos, and that means they will go 2-0.
Yeah, but of course it is a slightly CT-sided map, so you would say, oh, Rhinos should have probably done it a little bit better. But the chances are that with the aggression they pack, especially if Persant's just running in, lurking around a little bit every now and then, they could win. But you never know.
And also MRX just showing up whenever he needs to.
Yeah, he's being an amazing force, but I believe Thijs with the AWP, this map hasn't had that impact that he had.
He missed too many shots, to say the least.
Would you say it's missing the shots, or is it also playing pretty static on CT? Because he's only gone towards Shadow and the side the last few rounds.
The moment they push, when they did the connector push and from ramp, he held the angle from Stas, which was perfectly. The guy came on Stas without a flash, wasn't even looking at him, and he just missed the shot. He was dead on and he missed the shot. Those shots you cannot miss. He gets a forward position and then you lost your whole sight. Like, he can trade up with his teammate instantly, and like those shots that Thijs missed there didn't work out. Then later on he got the shot through the smoke, which was kind of lucky for him, but yeah.
Pure skill, my friend.
It's like he's not hitting the easy shots, but he's hitting the impossible.
A classic A push with a lot of pressure from apps, because, well, like when they move around, when they jump out, it's harder to hit him. But Lockdot is a man with a mission. He's standing by, is smoked off right now, but it goes through the smoke, possibly to get a kill. So he will get a little peek, will now go for more, gets 1, but meanwhile the man in CT, Zentak, is dead, and White can't make it work himself either. Lockdot though with a second, whilst the bomb is planted right now. It's a 3v3. Duncan with 1 kill, but in CT there is a lot of pressure, and there is another kill. It's a 2v2 as all players have armor, but not all players have full health. 2 players also tagged, but locked on with yet another one has the fun, and it's MRX in a 1v1 now. Twitch is taking it, he gets the clutch. 16 HP, but he still makes it work and brings it to 8-8. It was a very scary round, but he managed to hold on, and with that Glock he had a better rate of fire, a little bit less accuracy usually, but he made it work, and now we see a triple Mac-10 coming out.
Triple Mac-10, that means grinding money until you can't grind anymore. Still need to go for it. Well, depends on how the Antwerp Lions are playing now with those pistols. As well, White is really botting towards anything. He wants to save for that AWP. He has been thinking clearly, as he's not raging yet, as he's force-mising most of the time then.
That would be very unfortunate if he would force by every round. And luckily they're also on the land environment, so if that would happen, he could just hit his teammates. Now it's Croissants taking a little bit of damage. Ties with the first kill. Duncan, what is that? 2 kills from him, but he will get traded out. And on mid, there's still a cover from MRX, so they know there is no pressure from short, and it's a 3v3. It's now MRX going for the slow flank, which might prove very costly for them if he might be too late. But so far, the Antwerp Lions aren't moving in too fast, as White is putting some shots down. He's now being killed by Zizix, and he will go for a second, but he will get traded out by Zantec. MRX, though, now in the flank, sees 1 player, sees 1 dying to a nade, and it's only Zantec left. He will tag the bomb, but he will get tagged out, and it's 9-8. Rhinos now with the lead.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm still flabbergasted by Duncan shooting that second player.
Yeah.
Instant flick. If he got a more there, he would be really MVP for that round. In the end, yeah, as you said, MRX with a very late flank and taking way too long, but it worked out in the end as they could trade it perfectly. But it was really... It was getting really close on Lions taking the round.
Yeah, quite scared. Duncan using the kill bonus to get another deagle, and Zizix is now sleeping. Only has a Glock though, so that's not really a profit for the Lions. They're going on empty-handed, but still with $300 more. But now the USP of Jaking is getting a kill. MRX is now tagged, is moving up, gets 1 refrag, and the B-side once again taken by the Rhinos. 3 players are now coming from kitchen, as there has been a bit of damage done to them, but still they managed to pull it through in the end, it seems. It's MRX with a second and possibly a third.
Well, Santex getting another kill, getting a Galil as well. Oh, look, tagging up. Both players are very low. Needs to get it towards the side. He knows where both players are. And he needs to get connected. He gets the first one. Is he able to get the second? He goes for the other weapon and needs to get it fast because the bomb is ticking away. He's tapping it, but AVS is not really doing for him. He is a man that has mentally, but does he have enough time? No, he is not. He needs to go and save this AK. Very nicely done there by Santex. His movement is not on key, but he will be able to save.
The adrenaline is just not making it too smooth, it seems, but he will get the AK, will get the 4K, and he, well, you can actually wallbang that a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, you can.
But I think maybe a jump shot would have been better. Just YOLO it. I think there would be an arm just poking out. At least you take the chance. I was just sneaking. You know you can't win the round then.
If he would have sticked it, he would have had it, because he wasn't peeking for it, so he knew he would go for it.
That's
so,
true.
Like,
yeah, but like, you know, it's an eco, so it's probably a 10-second defuse, so you just wait out a few seconds before you go. You just time out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bomb has been defused. Oh no, wait.
Oh.
And then you just get hit by your teammate, as it seems to be an A-take from the Alphen Rhinos, who are now setting up. Evasive is close to the smoke though, but behind it is Zantec, the hero of the last round, who's standing by, holding the angle. And when the smokes and flashbangs fly in, he will try to win again. Now he will die though. Evasive taking him out. Angle now being held by White Jesus, but he will have to dodge the flash, will be smoked out, will try to move in, and this is aggressive, and this is lethal. Gets the flank onto Evasive somehow, but still he dies. His lockdown going low, and meanwhile his Imrex is holding the angle. J-King running in. It is now a 4v2 with the bomb being planted in the round, probably going towards the Rhinos.
yeah, well, it's Duncan and Loco left alive. If they want to do it, they need to get at least 2 kills to make it 2v2 and don't die that much. Just getting away from those flames with 1 HP, and now it's on them to save it, as they don't have anything left, not really utility to work with. So if they can just save these 2 rifles, it is the best thing they can do in this round at this moment.
We see MRX just hunting though, and now he will drop that kill onto Lockdot. It's only Duncan left, and he will try to hold on, but he will get a clean actual triple kill for MRX, and that's how you make it 11-8. No weapon save for the Antwerp Lions, and you see the guys right here from the Alphen Rhinos standing by. And will they go to A? Will they go to B? I think it will just be a default like it should be. But it seems like they're grouping up a little bit.
Yeah, let's see how they do it. Well, we see Centec buying up into UMP. Maybe we can find Strangles. Passans is tagging up his teammate. The kill comes in from Thijs. Passans now is taking Lockdown dead as well as White will be taken out by Thijs. Jaking pushing in towards Connector. Only Duncan left alive. And will be taken out as well. It's a very fast 12th round for the Rhinos. As my prediction should come in back here towards me is I said that the Lions were going to win with 16-13. So they need to keep up a comeback if they still want to get my prediction done. But you never know what's going to happen.
Well, now it is 12-8. We do see a double up setup coming in from the Lions, but only one defuse kit. And that's always a big risk as Brazans almost gets the opportunity towards White. And that is one of the main hoppers of the Lions that would be down. But now Lockdot has the kill to Zizix, gets one on top mid. And that is just a nice shot, it seems, from Zizix, but also a little bit of a mistake from the Rhinos. There is some engagement coming in. White just going aggressive like he should. Yes, it seems to be the method of success for them.
Yeah, it's like White when he doesn't really go for the aggressive peaks or doesn't really go for any aggression to push the Rhinos away. They leaving so much mid control or even map control for the Rhinos to take, and then it's easy to get into somewhere. But it has been close rounds, so it's not that the Lions are like getting stomped on. It's just going in the way for the Rhinos. They're getting well, more frags. And the bomb plant working in their favor, of course.
I think Zentek has actually just seen a little bit of the barrel of Brazans. He was moving up slowly but steadily. Nobody of the Lions, though, on the side, so nobody to be found so far. As now there's more players running out slowly but surely. And will they get the kills? Is Lockdown now very open, and he was not expecting that. White, though, with a kill on towards MRX, will try to go for a jumping player, but so far it seems like the Lions are holding on. It's now Zentek here playing, spraying, but White getting yet another kill. And these two players left for the Rhinos. Brazans taking one, it's Evasive taking another, but meanwhile his mate has died. It's a 1v3, and he only had one bullet in his AK as he messed up the reload. 12-9 is your score, and the Antwerp Lions are actually starting that comeback.
Yeah, but White, I thought the kill was towards the guy with the M4 on towards CT, but it was White who shot him through the box.
From stairs.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was also like, why is there an AWP? I thought he was holding a different gun, and well, it was. And now we do see the Lions with yet another round. Again, of course, a double up setup. And will they get yet another opener? Last time around, it was Lockdot who is now being fired off. And hopefully he won't get fired from his real job, because that would be a bit sad.
Oh, smoke coming in. Smokes perfectly. White just shotting randomly. See if we can hit anything. But nothing coming in. Duncan smoking off the B site. And now, let's see where the Rhinos want to go.
Is Duncan spraying a little bit, but so far has actually hit Thijs through the wood and also takes down Brazans to 4 HP. Through the smoke goes some damage, but the molly being stopped by the smoke of Duncan himself. His teammate not too happy about that, but a new one flies in. It's Brazans now having to be careful of that one, because one tick would kill him, as Thijs has also been tagged earlier on, of course, by that wallbang.
Let's see. Duncan has a good position. He can take it differently as well, playing it passively. Sees it, but the timing is not perfectly on it, but he does get a kill. As both teams getting tagged, but it's only in the way of the Rhinos that are getting heavily tagged. But Evasive is there with a kill back as Brazans tries to get anything done. As Evasive is tapping away, but doesn't get the kill. Now MRX to do it. He finds one. He needs to get two more. As the bomb has been dropped on towards the side, he's able to recover it, but he will go into the cross of the AWP and doesn't really get the shot though. But Zentek has been pushed up towards the vents area, and doesn't he know?
He makes noise, but it's MRX saying, well, you can try whatever you want to do. I'm just running faster and faster. Play the Sonic tune. As his Lockdot also rotating, he knows what's up. His MRX now spraying, but he was so fresh he couldn't hit anything. And that means the Antwerp Lions take yet another round, as the Alphen Rhinos were actually, well, threaded out maybe with those wallbangs. A good read from Duncan. And I think he just made this round work once again. And although Jaking is the top fragger for them with a 25 kills. Or, no, that's MRX actually. Well, so confused. I think that scoreline is bugged.
Yep.
Felf, please fix.
Please fix. Please, please, please. But at this moment, White, see if he can do more with the AWP and towards mid. They don't have the double AWP setup at this moment, so it's really on White to open anything up. The moment they can get this round, they reset the fully on abled Rhino, so Let's see if they can really get it going. But, well, they already kill. Why a little bit too much there, but it's Duncan to reply on towards the B side. He has more information. The players will come in, so rotation comes in as well, but they're playing passively.
Yeah, a little bit of poking out from MRX happening, but it seems like the Alphen Rhinos are rotating over towards the A side. And I would expect MRX to go through mid, then it's his usual cup of tea. But will he continue to do so? No, he will actually commit towards the A side with his mates. And they are now, I believe, setting up for a nade take. One player on top there, one throwing a smoke for stairs, one in CT and one in jungle. So we now see the Alphen Rhinos moving out. Zentek, of course, the anchor in CT, waiting to strike. And will he strike at the right time? Nobody coming from Palace, my man. As he now will get the bomb planter once again. I believe it's Isix, but he is being covered off. Meanwhile, though, Evasive has died. That means there is a small advantage for the Lions, but it will disappear as MRX goes into CT, gets 2, and now has the advantage for his team, gets a third even, as only Lockdown left, and he will now get 1 refrag, but has to find 2 more.
Yeah, he switches back to another M4 to really get it going. He knows where to place around now, but he doesn't get the timing. And it's the Rhinos getting another round, 13-10 now. And, well, Lions, their economy is not perfectly, so what they will force back into it. So it's really scary. If they lose this, it could be over for them. And that means they also will lose 2-0 on maps, so we will not see a third.
Yeah, one minor misplay in the micromanagement as well, right there in the clutch from Mongo. There was also a kit on stairs, which he could have needed for that clutch, but he left it out, and that means that his chances of winning were already diminished by that. Now he's Zentek playing close, but he will die. It's 2-man on mid from the Antwerp Lions, but so they've already lost the side. They're playing a bit too aggressive and losing players by the minute. And that means there's only 2 left in a 2v5 situation. Evasive is holding the angle, gets a 1D from Duncan, who is alive with that gun. And he is a Lion who's roaring every now and then, but not enough. This is Jaking now with a nade, but missing the head at the annoying corner. It's Thijs with a kill, it's Isix with the other. And it means it's now 14-10, and the Alphen Rhinos are making it work.
Yeah, they're coming back as, well, my prediction has already been demolished.
I'm sorry for you, my man.
And we're probably not getting a third map as, well, the Lions not going to buy into anything, and they want to give it up to maybe go into towards overtime, but overtime.
Last round towards the A side. MRX now moving out, gets the headshot with a little bit of trouble on towards Duncan, but on the side there's still someone. It's Zentek with the USB, gets 1 kill, will try to go for a second, but will be traded out. There was 1 kill onto a side earlier on. It's logged up now, tagged up, is also now dead. It's only Jaking left, and he will fall. 15-10 map and match point for the Alphen Rhinos, and the Lions are now dwindling down, but they can buy some M4s.
Yeah, well now they need to 5 rounds consistently. Find 5 rounds consistently to get in towards overtime and then make it work. But at this moment, the Rhinos are very confident. They're 1 round away to make it and getting a 2-0 in this first semi-final. So let's see. Let's see what's happening.
Finally, we see some mid-aggression coming out from the Lions, and I would have preferred to see this a bit earlier, as it actually is proving to be quite nice for him, especially with that op of White Jesus. You can just hold top mid and then maybe flash in for one of your mates. So far he's been excellent, but aggression is lacking on different parts of the map, as we now see once again a push towards the A side, and they are now starting up. The nades are flying in the players as well, as Zentek is in shadow. He's not being naded out, he will be flashed, and MRX dies towards Duncan. It's a great over, Zentek is just moving around, and Evasive will get 1 kill, but 3 of his mates will die. He's only left against 4 players, 1 minute on the clock. Some are low, but his chances are low as well. Got killed, and it means 15-11. The Antwerp Lions are actually making it work a little bit. They need to do a whole lot more.
This is 1 more round. If the Rhinos buy fully into this, they lose this round, then the Lions can go for a comeback. But it's all on this round. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's Benelux. It's every round. So
don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. So we do see an AWP right now from Presence, who's almost shooting at the feet of Evasive. As we see Jaking moving up. M4, but not going aggressive enough. So he could have had an easy kill with a flashbang of one of his mates, and that is what I'm really lacking from the Lions. The cohesive nades that could be used, but they have those flashes mainly to hold off aggression, and that is something which is one of the reasons you buy him. You could use him for so much more.
Now let's see how they do it. As White is going for that aggression peak towards underground, does fight Civics, and now maybe he has to try and trade it back, but well, they can't find any more kills. Jaking playing passively from short as White going back in towards connector and trying to get another kill, but let's see how this goes. For Sans, oh, he's getting really close, but he will be smoked off, and that means that White can use his angle to play it perfectly. Also going through the smoke, knowing the player is playing closely to it. Jaking boosted up as Zentek also getting one of his own. Now it's Presence to really go for it, and he does get a shot towards Jaking as Ty's getting one more, back to a 2 versus 2. As Ty's been tanked up, White, here's the reload, gets Presence, and now it's only Ty's on 28 HP, has the bomb, and he needs to work with 30 seconds on the clock, and he needs to commit to his site to really make it work. Will he be the clutch meister of the round? Will he get the 16-11 for the Rhinos? Or will the Lions still stay alive in this round? This is very crucial if the Lions want to keep it and going and make it towards overtime.
Ooh, White Jesus though is now going for the flank with 10 seconds left. Thijs has to plant, and if he goes too short he actually has a chance. If not, there might be a little bit of a problem. As for maps, there is a player arriving, but before he does, it's Duncan with the kill, and that means it's now 15-12. The Rhinos are now asking for a pause, and I believe it might be a tactical.
Yeah, this should be a tactical pass. They don't have the buy. Well, maybe with the plant they could go for the buy, but it's not advised on my end. Like, you have two players that are around, one player above 4K, one player with 4K. The rest are lower there. And just do one eco, do a pistol buy, maybe a little utility. Try to do for a setup strat so you can get another plant, and then just go for it. Maybe even if you would go for a setup strat with pistols, and if you get a trade frags, you can even win the round when you're having the bomb plant. It could work out all the way, and I think that's just what they're talking about. Okay, which kind of utility do we need? Can we get with the utility? Can we get far into the society? First objective, getting the bomb plant. Second objective, can we win the round?
Yeah, one thing I do dislike though, Alphen Rhinos are going in towards an eco, and using a tactical before an eco is... I hate it.
But I think it's just because they want to leave it. Okay, if we lose this, it will be 15-13. We only need one more round, so we're going to just adjust to every single round that we lose. We're going to do this. Next round, we're going to do this. So that his full strat rook has already been set up for the next upcoming rounds, instead of doing it next round and then need to explain.
Yeah, but then usually in the eco round you give away a little bit, and it happens so many times that the eco is someone close and the rifle round just gets shut down. Like the Zentek desk slam level from the first map. Like that level of murder is usually coming in, and if you haven't seen it so far, there will probably be a clip of Zentek having a lovely attempted clutch, but unfortunately he couldn't. Now we see that ego from the Alphen Rhinos coming out as they're moving towards the A side. They have only one flash from MRX, who is now trying to get some mid control and trying to get a little bit of focus towards him. As it seems like the rest of the team is now trying to move out, and so they will. Lockdot is ready to get with Zentek. They will get 4 kills instantly, and only MRX is left against 5 players.
Yeah, MRX should not be able to touch the ground. Will get white though, and it's a little bit weird, but Jaking is there to retrade, getting also maybe the he picks up the AWP as well. 15-13 now. The Lions, 2 more rounds, they're getting close, and now the buy from the Rhinos coming in. Well, the Lions, they been using the mistakes from the Rhinos perfectly and capitalizing on that, but now the Rhinos are in the buy, having the AK, no AWP, so that means they want to go for something aggressive. They want to get some in their face, but now White is also getting into their faces as he gets the first pick and instantly falls back, and that is perfectly for them as Evasive also getting tagged. And now the Lions already looking in a position as Jaking taking down Evasive, and now it's a 3 versus 5 already as the Rhinos are disorientated and don't know what to do.
There's finally the question I wanted to see earlier on from the short position, as when you have that up towards the connector or maybe even a window, you have that tunnel vision from the 3 players, as we now see Duncan trying to wallbang once again. He hit Thijs before. Thijs seems to be alive for now, has the bomb on his back, as there's only 3 players left from the Alphen Rhinos who are considering going towards the B side. Only 1 player actively holding it off, but they have some support in the form of J-King that could come fast from short.
Yeah, I think MRX is just here to clear out any of the rotations that will come in to make it really easy to hold the B-bomb side, and he's getting the plant. But then the problem is, can those 2 players really get in towards the side? But Zentek with the perfect timing on MRX, taking him down, instant headshot to the face. Now in a very good position, taking another one down. It's only Thijs left alive, 30 seconds on the clock to make it work. Duncan fills this spray there, as Thijs needs to do it. Getting 1 kill, he needs to go and clutch it for his team. Well, he will not, as Zentek is there, taking it down 15 to 14 as the Lions struggling to get back, but they're doing it, well, perfectly, as the Rhinos just making mistakes.
Yeah, the Rhinos needed the bomb ban to at least get a proper buy here, to have some utility with them, but now they're stuck on 1 Galil without head armor, 1 guy with some utility, and that's pretty much it. So they will go for a fast round towards the A side, but they will fall fast. It seems like we might go to overtime, and there's only 2 players left from the Alphen Rhinos, and there's actually a team damage coming in as well. A kiss through the smoke, and Zizix has already gone through, but it's 15-15, a team kill to locked on, and this is probably the most chaotic round to go into overtime that you could have ever expected. And my oh my, it's Antwerp Lions staying in it. And they want overtime. They want it to go to a 3rd map. And will we now? What do you think?
Yes. I think so. As the Rhinos have been, at this moment, they're just doing stuff. They're just looking for, okay, let's see if we can get a pick there. Let's see if it works or not.
Yeah, I would have actually preferred to see from them maybe like a quick A setup.
Yeah, sure. Just buy 3 smokes. Get maybe a flash here and there, and then just commit. Go instantly commit. And that's what they're doing as well. Always putting 1 player in mid or for a lurk as well. Yeah. And just commit with 5 players against 2 players that are just holding A. Like if you trade that consistently, you're still having 3 players in towards the side. You have the smokes that will delay those players to get really in there. You're getting an F-plant position. It's just really standard CS that you need to play against these players. And if you don't, you just leaving so many gaps, and it works. And
the problem also is that, especially when they go for the execute, which is usually a bit delayed, they put 2 guys on towards Tetris who are just holding towards Shadow, maybe throwing a molly. But in the time they're waiting there, they're just giving an opportunity to be flashed out and maybe have a little bit of more problems.
Yeah.
And every time it just comes to haunt them, they get pushed out because they're so slow. If they just move in, the chance of a rotate is next to nothing, because then they already have the control. They did it in a pistol, and afterwards they just forgot how to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't work for them at this specific moment. We're going to wait until we're getting into the overtime. Of course, 3 rounds with 16k, so they can go and fully buy into almost anything. Maybe another double AWP setup that they want to use. And maybe even we have seen many Benelux players use this as well. I don't want to say it, but an auto sniper always works.
Especially in overtime. If you win the first round and you probably lost 1 player, you're like, it's time for spanking, buddy.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, for me, if I always see the auto sniper, I will never pick it up because I'm terrible with it.
I'm just scared when I buy it that I will die with it, as per usual. And then someone will get it and just destroy my team, and everyone will just look at me like,
why did you buy an auto sniper?
Why are you such a silver? I'm like, I used to be good, but then I became a caster and my brain cells just died off by all the plays I sometimes
They're just lies. He's never been good.
My heart is broken. You have to walk home tonight. And, well, it's gonna be...
It was only a coach.
Yep. Only a coach, only a manager, as we're just waiting for the guys of Antwerp to... probably have a little quick wee break.
Oh, well.
Yeah, as said right here, it's probably now White getting himself ready for overtime. Just clearing things up, letting gravity do its work, because that's important. When your body is not at peace, then how can you be?
It's true. You need to get into that Zen mode.
Yeah, you need to be fit. You need to be ready. You need to be prepared for overtime, because it's always a battle. It might just be 4 rounds. It might be God knows how many.
Let's say if you would go for how many? What was the longest one? 14 overtimes or something.
I actually know my buddy from in the UK, Boaster, who actually had a very nice overtime. I think it was 42-46. I think that was the match that went on to Reddit like, this is the longest official match we've ever seen go to overtime. And I asked him like, how are you doing? And he just said, dead. Just dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead right now, because I can imagine you being dead after playing, well, 2.5 games.
Yeah.
And it's just mind-boggling as we now go towards the overtime. Of course, the teams stay on their respective sides they played on before. And we actually don't see a double op setup coming out from the Antwerp Lions, and also no op from the Rhinos. As we now see what's going on, we will see Zizix, the AK holding off top mid. So far, not a lot of action.
Ty's going through underground, maybe getting another first pick from here. So he's done before, but let's see how the Rhinos want to push it up. Leaving the bomb towards the spawn area. As Jesus has an idea that the player could go into underground. He does spray towards the smoke, doesn't really connect towards anything. As we're gonna see aggression towards connector. They don't really commit for it, but they are interested in grabbing some control.
Yeah, I wonder what the thought process was behind not going double up, because you can always buy, you have 16k, it's not the problem. So, is it because they expect the Alphen Rhinos to be more aggressive and not being able to hold that off with those AWPs? As now there is a B-split coming out, 3 guys from short, and the first kill for Prasant. He is low and he will get some help as the Thijs will get a kill to Duncan. White Jesus is spraying, but he is not killing. He will die towards the nade, and there's 4 players utterly low for the Alphen Rhinos. But so far they are not dying, and the Antwerp Lions are saying, you can have it, we'll get the next one.
Yeah, everybody is low, and I don't know, the information that they rushed up short wasn't there. Like, he wasn't even looking at short.
No.
It was like he'd get instantly killed, then Duncan needs to reply, but wasn't in position, so he died as well. Then the bomb site is evenly there. Then, well, White tries to do anything, misses his shots, get naded to hell, and then it's over. You can have a lot of players low, but if you're not getting the kills there, and even not even the information where they're at, that doesn't work. There's a huge mistake by Lions there, not giving, well, just giving too much of mid control away.
And Rex, though, getting a kill for himself this round as the Zentak has a refrag. 4 players low for the Alphen Rhinos, but no, it's overtime. We win the first round, we have money for days, we have no problems. As the molly comes in, Zentak will just stay out and thinks, I will survive. He gets sprayed, but he will not die. As it is the Alphen Rhinos picking up the round, but that op being saved, yet it does not make the biggest impact.
Nope, it didn't. Well, let's see now. The Rhinos getting the first round, see if they can make it more to get the overtime going for them. Or will the Lions just get it back and making 16-16? Let's see how this will be going as both teams holding up a little bit of default.
Yeah, there's a molly though from his teammate. Getting Logan out of position, giving a little bit of information. And luckily though, dealing a little to no damage. Because now White Jesus holding the angle towards them. The pass is standing by with that AWP waiting for Thijs to peek in. And so he will, but he is too fast. New angle being held, but he will fall back. Possibly at the wrong timing, but luckily he has a good re-peek. And gets it to a 5v4. It seems like the Antwerp Lions are recovering pretty well. But for how long? They know where White is. It's Prasant's now taken low though. And that's not really what they want.
Well, Jaking taking him down, going really fast to set. Well, players making their way towards the B-bomb site, but the bomb's T-spawn as Emrex push out, but they get it one more as Jaking not expecting that.
But the bomb is in T-spawn and they have 40 seconds left on the clock, so they will go for the kill hunt. They might have to send someone back. So far as the Antwerp Lions were still trying to rotate, not really sure that the bomb isn't there, but after such a long time, they should actually
30
expect
seconds
it.
on the clock, so they really need to get these kills going as Evasive pushing in, getting both here, but he goes to be down. Now there's only 1 player left alive, as he needs to go and do it, getting fully blind. 20 seconds, as now maybe the Antwerp Lions know that they don't have the bomb, as he's getting the first one. 15 seconds, and he does it in the end, as the Rhinos taking it 70-15 in the nick of time without the bomb. as the Lions maybe should have just run away from that guy instead of holding the side up.
Yeah, there could have been two things that happened. Either the Alphen Rhinos were going towards the A side with the bomb, then you would probably already rotate. Or they didn't have the bomb at all, because you saw, I believe, both players. He did not see a bomb, but unfortunately the Lions did not have that read, did not have the positions, and that means they have lost the round. It is now 17-15. The Alphen Rhinos are doing a magnificent job as YG's is being naded out of position.
Yeah, well, let's see if the Lions can make something going. Oh, Jeez is already getting naded to 33 HP. That he doesn't want to happen, as Thijs wants to challenge Connector once more time. As he goes for the smoke, maybe use that smoke for his own advantage, but doesn't do it. The rest of the players playing passively. Bomb making its way now towards B. Finally, picking up the bomb and doing something with it, as it looks like a B split, and it's coming in. As Jaking needs to be the defense, but he doesn't get it. Duncan with the AWP, he's holding the angle, doesn't hit his shot. Needs to get change position. Guts the first one, but he needs to get more as he now gets challenged by Persance and will be taken down White with the AWP as well. Is getting challenged, but he pushes out. It doesn't get it. Gets perfect timing on Persance. Needs to get more, but Zizek with a kill on towards White, and it will be 2 versus 3.
Somehow YG's just runs out, gets the kill, as his holy power will strike that player, but he will get traded out. It's now Zizek with a kill to lock on Tony Zentak left, who gets 2 and knows where the third one is. Drops down, gets the clutch, and it's suddenly 17-16 just to finish off this half in a miraculous fashion. And how the hell does he do that? And how the hell does Alphen Rhinos mess up a 1v3 with a great afterplant on B, which is always hard to take? And how do they mess up to not get a map point?
Zentak is just way too good.
Yeah, probably.
He's 40 kills.
Oh, wow. The 40 bomb on already, whilst, well, he has to carry some of his team a little bit, despite the kills not being too unevenly distributed at the bottom. But unfortunately, he has to pull his weight a bit more than others. And, well, so far, it has been an amazing match. The guys from the Antwerp Lions are still a bit iffy, still on the back foot. And if they go to the D side, which they have done better on the regular time,
yep,
it could work out, or they could be shut down.
Now, if they find up 3 rounds, it's over. But it's like the Rhinos having the advantage, but it depends on how the Lions play it right now. Well, you could say they're more favored towards the T side if they want to play it. But you're in overtime right now. You've seen how they play. You know how they're doing it. So as the Rhinos, you could counter it easily. So let's see how the buy is going. Jesus is going again for the AWP. The rest of the players going for utility in AKs, as the Rhinos are doing the same. But now it looks like already an B setup. And let's see if they would fully uncommit for that.
Yeah, but they're not really moving up. They're just holding off mid and hoping that the Alphen Rhinos will give them the advantage. But I believe like the Alphen Rhinos are smart enough to expect that there will be some kind of hold, and they're like, oh, it's overtime. We have played very aggressive in regular. Why just not turtle? Dwindle down the time which they so desperately need, and hope that they will become desperate, will make a mistake. And so they possibly will, as J-King is very aggressive, all on his lonesome, and MRX has won some 1v1s against him.
Yeah, we're waiting. As MRX is in a very good position, but I've seen this being smoked and mollied most of the time, so should also be coming in on the Antwerp Lions as J-King is making its way, but MRX with the perfect timing on the peak, but that means that now he also has the information that they're not going towards B. A rotation has been putting there, but now it's going in the way for an A execute as they come in. And now the Nate needs to do it as Thijs misses his shots everywhere. What are you doing? As Zentek is there to do it. As now both teams have to do it, but already coming in as White getting 2 kills. Evasive is coming from Connector with MRX. They both have to delay this bomb plant. 30 seconds on the clock, and it needs to come in fast. As now EVAs is coming in, smoke from MRX. He will use it and push it through, but that means the bomb will be planted. He gets 1 kill, but White with a perfect angle, still in the smoke. And now Evasive, he knows where Zentek is. He needs to find him first, but misses it. And White there to trade it instantly. 17-17 as the Lions are waking up.
Yeah, and White with a 4K to keep his team alive somehow. Because like especially because they spotted where the bomb went. I believe MRX could have just sprayed out. If he would have done that, round over.
Yeah.
No chance they can commit. And at that moment in time, yet another player to go through. But unfortunately for the Rhinos, it did not work out. Go to an even score once again, as we do see YGesus trying to hunt with that AWP. But so far, nobody is showing him or herself, despite them all being male players. But Sissix has a female picture, so you never know what he wants to be.
Gender neutral.
It's how we have to be
Non-binary,
nowadays.
they would say.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been looking up too many YouTube videos about gender discussion. But okay, as we gonna go and talk about Counter-Strike, as White missing his shot, getting tagged to 2 HP. As he went a little bit too much aggressive, as MRX has been pushing up here, and BM is now going for Jaking, finds the kill once again, as now he needs to cross away, gets tagged, but he needs to get away out of apps, and that works for him, getting the first pick. There's also the rotation coming in to help him on B. Bomb is making its way towards B as well, as we going for YGesus in towards mid, 2 HP on him, but maybe he can work something with the up.
Sentak now coming from on the boss will soon peek in towards Connector, but it is also a Duncan who will die to Evasive. As YGesus takes over his angle with his 2 HP, he's trying, but he is not succeeding. It's Sentak now also going in. Bomb now on the back of the 2 HP, counting YGesus, who's just moving around, but there's 2 players still at the B side. One of them is in apps, and YGesus takes him out. It's a 3v2 as Sissix has the refrag with his AWP, and both players have to come out of apps. It's 20 seconds on the clock, and they still have to recover the bomb and get some entries. It is not really working out as Sissix has the kill onto Sentak. It's only Lockdot left, and he will fall. It's a triple kill for the Anchor, and it's 18-17 for the Alphen Rhinos, who are now back again on map and match point.
Yeah, the Rhinos showing up at the end. Sissix perfectly hold with the AWP on towards the B-bomb site. White trying to do a lot with 2 HP, but in the end doesn't work out for him. As now the Antwerp Lions, one more round to make it into second overtime, but the Rhinos already looking confident right now as the Antwerp Lions looking like to take mid control, as Prasant's not going to commit for this mid pick. Maybe he does if he wants to do it.
Yeah, last round, my biggest objection from the Antwerp Lions was that they really played solo. YGesus, the main star player with that AWP, who could hold angles for his team so well, was playing solo, almost died, and then someone died in apps once again. Now we see the Antwerp Lions trying to counter that fact and go together, but Prasant has the first kill already, and that means there's a good lead for the Alphen Rhinos as they're possible. Another frag is indeed Sissix and Prasant, both following it up, and there's only 2 players left for the Antwerp Lions. Is only Lockdot as Evasive takes down Sentak. A 1v5 is what remains. He leaves the bomb but picks it up, and in the back is MRX spraying him down, and the star player so far makes it work. 19-17. And eventually 41 kills for Sentak, but not enough. A 2-0 win for the guys of the Alphen Rhinos. And it was a hard-fought one.
It was a very hard-fought one. I wouldn't expect this really coming out. I thought the Lions would have a little bit more pressure on towards how Mirage needs to be played, but they made so many mistakes where the Rhinos could capitalize. Then later on the Rhinos made those mistakes and they used it to the advantage, but none of them both learned on how really use those mistakes and not do them again. And every single time they did it, then they give the advantage away, and then they're just crushed. And it's the same thing. And you have these players that just went ham. You have MRX that could hold perfectly on towards the side. Then sometimes you have ties with the AWP. They have Passants that did random flicks. And there's the same thing you have on the Antwerp Lions, that Sentak went ham. And then you have also White that went ham. But then the rest of the players were just there for, okay, trade frags.
Yeah, well, like the problem for me with Antwerp Lions is that they did some great stuff, but when they did something good, they didn't do it again. Like,
Yeah.
they play together on the A side. They just go in. They know, oh, when we play together, it's all right. We just hold the angles. White just with that AWP, no problem. But eventually it was a problem because they threw it away. And then, well, everything seems to be going wrong. And they fall one by one. And if you keep doing that, well, you have a lot of problems and you can't really fix that in time. There you still see the players of the side of the Alphen Rhinos. They will go